Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Sunday. How's everyone doing today? We're getting a little bit of an early start today. You can probably tell why. We got significant gains occurring on some altcoins, which is quite the coincidence. So make sure you smash the like button on your way in. Sound off in the chat. And get ready to make a ridiculous amount of money. I'm talking full on Mr. Krabs. Let's see. Welcome everybody. Happy Sunday. Ooh, let's get the headphones off. Get a little comfy here. A little comfy. How's everyone doing? You guys have a cool weekend? It's been pretty chill. Hey. I think I might have to drop my chair down a little bit. Might be a little too tall. Hang on. Oh. There we go. Okay, I think that's good. Perfect. Nail it. All right, let's see. Bitcoin 108, 135, and 25 cents. Let's refresh our liquidation heat map. Why are you trying to buy more? Oh, we can never have enough. That's a crazy, crazy question, Tom. We are degenerate gamblers. That's why. Look at this. We got 50 million sitting at 107, 146. And then it doesn't really go down any further. I guess I'll go down here. 106,067. And then up top, there we go. We got a couple of them. We got 108,611. We got, hang on, let me zoom in here. I'm going to go up here, 108,996. And we got these two big boys right here, 109,305 and 109,536. Okay, let's make these thicker to represent the larger chunk of liquidity. Oops. Now we are set. So there's definitely a significant amount of liquidity to the upside compared to the downside. Tyler said, I thought I was seeing stuff. Tom Selks Goat said, why are you trying to buy more? Jim Derringer said, giant red candle on Bitcoin dominance 1 hour. Ooh, I like that. What did I say? 66 was the top. I'm not saying this is it, but man, we're getting close. We got that confirmed red dot, which is playing out beautifully. We also have a janky head and shoulders here, which is also possibly playing out. Target for that. Maybe 60. Let's just call it right here, actually. 65.2. See if that sticks. I'm excited. So that, coupled with Bitcoin doing pretty good, alts are doing even better. Tom Scott said, I feel like I have enough. Now I just want price to go up. See, I have enough if price does go up, but I'm not going to stop buying because I'm so stuck in that habit. What else am I going to do with the money? Buy precious metals and stuff? I can do that anytime. Jim Dare just said, I think JPM and other hedge funds are about to shoot on June expiry. Collar trade puts expiring worthless for JPM. Nice squeeze incoming from all markets, in my opinion. I like it. Bitcoin, chilling. Like I said, 108, 67. I do believe that I have fixed our Superchat text-to-speech thing. And it should actually work with regular YouTube super chats. You should not have to use the link that's in the description. So we'll find out, I suppose. It will. I believe it should play the audio on my end as well, so I'll actually be able to hear it. What would be funny is if I never figured that out and somebody just kept tipping nonsense like words the whole time, and I'm like sitting here, I'm like, what are you guys talking about? You guys are like, wait, can you stop the audio? That'd be great. All right. Alts are getting a little bit of a push up, like a pretty hefty push up. ETH is up 3% on the day. Currently trading at 25.11. I don't know. We rode this lower trend line, this horizontal support line, and we just kind of played around on it for a minute. This looks like a lower time frame head and shoulders, which invalidated, which kind of could argue is resulting in the pump that we're seeing right now, which is pretty sweet. RSI is almost overbought. Momentum wave also almost overbought. SPL said Litecoin ETF. Probably just as likely with everything else, honestly. But I could see it. People like Litecoin. Sol is up 1.7% on the day. Sol is actually breaking above the upper trend line of our descending channel that we were in. And it looks really good right now. Even if I were to adjust this, yeah, we would, the point right here would be the same. So Sol is for sure breaking out of this upper trend line, which is great. We're breaking above 152. Next stop, in my opinion, the upper trend line of our previous pattern before our all-time high, which is probably 160. It's exciting stuff. Total 3 up 1.71%. I was joking about it yesterday, but if we did violently recouple to the total 3 fractal, I would be very happy. Like if we just did that, just bam, straight up like that, I'd count that as a win. A little decoupling for a slight, like a hot second, no biggie. Feel like I could eat that. My my ego would be very happy, very excited. So we'll see what occurs with that. We are sitting above our lower trend line, which is great. Also kind of get an inverse head and shoulders thing here, kind of. It's a little pushing it a little bit, but it does seem like we broke out, retested, and confirmed. So maybe the argument's not as silly as I thought. ADA is up 2.76% on the day. 4% candle. We had this lower descending range that we were in within the larger descending range that we finally broke above. This kind of has a similar total 3 fractal, not total 3 fractal, total 3 inverse head and shoulders thing. So I don't know, it looks nice. I don't hate it. SNEK is up 3.56%, recoupling back to 20, which is beautiful. That's exactly what we want to see. Currently up 10% on this candle alone. Looks pretty dang good. We got a confirmed green dot on the momentum wave, unconfirmed green dot on market cipher in general, and the RSI is sitting right above 50. XRP is up 1.54% on the day. So XRP has an interesting chart. We had this big dip, resistance at 222, support at 217, broke below, another dip, support at 206, ripped back above, another support at 217, resistance at 222. If we're sitting at 221 right now, if we break above 222, then 228 is in the cards. Tyler wants to look at Ondo pin link. They're coming up, my friend. They're coming up. HBAR is up 3.84% on the day. HBAR finally getting a break above this upper trend line at 14.9, 15-ish. So finally getting some relief. We got a 3.15% candle, 3.84% for the entire day. Volume, this candle, the volume's increasing, but everything else is very lackluster. So still looking for an increase in volume. That would be nice. RSI is not quite yet overbought, and the momentum wave is also same scenario. We could reject pretty harsh, so keep an eye on that as well. SWE looks amazing. SWE had this descending range that we were in, similarly to what Sol and ADA had. Is it Sol? Yeah, yep. So SWE though, beautiful structure. Little retest of the lower trend line, break above the upper trend line, retested the upper trend line, support confirmed, and then a break above 275. And now it's heading towards 3. If it breaks above 3, then it is game time for SWE specifically. Up 4.1% on the day, 4.14% candle as we speak. Everything looks good, man. I'm excited. It's been a long time since we've had a stream like this. Jim said most interested to see the direction that the foundation goes with Vitalik relegated to development instead of leadership. I didn't know that they were even involved anymore. That's kind of funny. Ondo. One Farcoin, $2. What's Farcoin at? $1.16. We'll have to see. Ondo. I see an inverse head and shoulders on Ondo, honestly. You got left shoulder, head, right shoulder, neckline, probably, I would call the neckline 78.34, so you're sitting above that. So I would not be surprised to see a breakout retest confirmation. That's if the inverse head and shoulders is even relevant. It is kind of sloppy, so take it with a grain of salt. We're sitting right below 80.13. We broke above 76.99, which is Tyler's entry. It's funny that that was resistance. But break above 80 would be huge. 84.84 we know is a big point of contention. 95.35 is huge, so heading towards those numbers kind of makes me happy. Almost overbought on the 4 hours, so be careful. Jim said the foundation has quietly removed Vitalik from operations. That doesn't surprise me. It was quite funny how anti-Trump he was. Not that I'm for Trump, but the president who's like trying to propel your industry forward, you're gonna crap all over him versus the people who were very much against the industry that you helped build. I don't know. It just seemed kind of funny to me. That's like in World War II if America was like, listen, we don't like what this Nazi party's doing, but Hitler's fine. He seems like a cool dude. No, he doesn't. What are you talking about? Aerodrome up 8.09%. Arrow, I told you guys this was kind of funny. The head and shoulders here, Arrow was way too strong for this head and shoulders to play out. Now that it's kind of invalidated, we might get a huge push to the upside. Even bigger than what we've seen already, which kind of scares me. We got a 4.35% candle at the moment on the 4 hour, 8.09% in the green on the day overall. RSI is not overbought. Momentum wave sitting right in the middle. Honestly, looks great. What really is nice is this increased volume. Even this gigantic move that we watched play out back here, you got like a little spike, everything else is kind of flat. The volume right here is huge. So, market looks great. For Arrow specifically, it looks really good. Pinlink. Arrow, I would look for 86 break. If it breaks above 86, look for 96. Pinlink, up 8.96%, currently trading at 47.07. It's below 60, like I said. Below 60 is kind of a buy. I see a Adam Eve double bottom accumulating right here. Volume's picked up, which is really nice. You got a little BART on volume so far. Like it was decent over here, so you got little lumps, and then kind of flatline, you got boring, and then you got a nice chunk of increase in volume. RSI is not quite overbought yet, and momentum wave sitting right in the middle as well. So look for a 60-cent test on Pinlink if she keeps pushing forward. Let's see. Jim said it was a matter of time, in my opinion. A brilliant mind for the tech stack, but lost in the sauce when it comes to direction and leadership. I feel like that probably happens to all of them, honestly. And that's why most leaders end up getting removed from like the as CEO position or from the board or whatever. They get bought out because they do really good. They have all that ambition, and then once they like achieve like top dog status, they don't really have that subconscious drive to do better, because then they think that they're the best, and they can't help it. I don't know if I ever get to that point, or I guess I should say when I get to that point where I have all the money I could ever need in the world, and if I end up being successful and stuff, I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. I can't imagine being that guy. Elon Musk, richest man in modern history, probably has no idea what to do with himself. He's kind of drowning himself in work. Jeff Bezos, he's doing the billionaire thing, the typical billionaire thing. He's got an aerospace company and all that stuff, so he's doing his thing. Vitalik, he can't decide if he wants to put the rest of his life's work into ETH, have a girlfriend, or go to like weird conventions and rap on stage. You know, Charles Hoskinson, he's got a freaking Black Hawk helicopter. He's like doing a little bit of everything. He's got the health and wellness clinic. He's got the Black Hawk. He's got the ranch in the country. Like, what's all these people? They peak and then they just kind of like level off and plateau. And it's very, I don't know, I guess midlife crisis would be the best way to describe it, in my opinion. Anyways, render, looking for 350. If it rejects there, then 315 support. I would love to see it break, though. What if I said like DGen? Yeah, guys, smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for joining. But he said good Vitalik needs to be put aside for ops. Yeah, that's true. Polkadot up 4.93% on the day, 4.17% in this candle alone. Looking good. Polkadot, let's see, had a bounce off of $3. Big wick right here, indicative of some buys, which is great. And then you got a spike above 333, kind of a retest of 333 and continuation of the upside. 378 is next in the cards. Kind of a waiting game right now. Volume could be a little bit better. Volume's very kind of fallen off of a cliff compared to back here. Fell off a cliff compared to back here. So maybe it's one of those situations where volume's going to increase with the price. That'd be cool. It is currently overbought on the 4-hour time frame, so be careful. Exercise caution. Tom Stock Scout said Vitalik can't decide if he should eat his own booger or not. Greg said ahoy JJ and Cryptic Corner fans. They're residents of Cornerville. Fartcoin, 6.39% up on the day, looking good. Currently trading at 116.56. Which is sitting above 114, which is great. That's what I told you to look out for. So you got your break above 107. You got a little retest, and then a break above 114. And it's currently heading towards 128, it seems. Not a lot of resistance in between 114 and 128, which is kind of crazy. See, this went straight up and then back down, straight up, straight down, up, straight down, resistance right here at 114, straight up, straight down, straight up, down, rejection. So your resistance is at 128 or 114. There's no resistance in between there. Unless you look at, like, you start to zoom into like individual candles, you might maybe have a reaction at 121. Let's make that thin and dashed. So 121 would be my next target. If you break above that, 128 is definitely in the cards. Greg said, what did ETH Foundation do in September of 22? Oh, switch from proof of work to piece of crap. Ever since, epic plunge into the abyss. Well done, Vitalik and team. Cass is up 1.36% on the day. Ooh. Okay, so Cass had this interesting wedge, which I try to denounce every time, but I can never talk myself out of it. We had a fake out above, rode it for a minute, broke back down below. We got some wicks rejecting, broke below the bottom. We got resistance, midpoint liquidity pullback between 6 and 7.6. Broke back above, rejected at the upper trend line. Then broke below, found support at 68. Broke below there. Got some support at 6, which is our midpoint liquidity pullback. Broke above. Just kind of playing around at the tip of the triangle. As of right now, we zoom in. We got a break above, retest, confirmed, bullish confirmation at the upper trend line of our triangle and at 762. So pushing up, 82.7 is my next target. We'll see where we end up. Avalanche up 4.84% on the day, looking good. Avalanche kind of looks like it was trying to do inverse head and shoulders. It's a little too messy though. So Avalanche broke way down, got a bounce at 16, rejection at 18, support temporarily at 17.5, broke below resistance, but it got back above and it just skyrocketed above 18.28. Currently sitting at 19 or 18.85, trying to see if 19 is going to break or resist. RSI is currently overbought. Volume could be a little bit better. We do have a confirmed green dot on the momentum wave, but the momentum wave is almost overbought as well. Greg said perhaps there were others that benefited from that. I didn't get the memo and won't ever touch ETH or any other ERC20 shitcoin ever again. Chainlink up 3.06% on the day. Chainlink just charts wonderfully, man. I really can't with how nice this thing charts. So we got, I don't know, this is a janky inverse head and shoulders for sure. And we're breaking above. If I was trying to sell that concept, my target would probably be 14.5, 15. Otherwise, what else do we have? We got support at 12.68 right here. Broke below, found support at 12.39. Resistance at 12.68. Broke below that. Support at 11, 11.5. And then use that to springboard above our blue trend line, above our purple trend line, above our yellow trend line. Resistance at 13.39. Support at a yellow trend line, blue or green right here, 12.68. And then there's a lot of lines right here. There's a lot of lines right here. This is probably a little too messy. But we got above our yellow trend line, rejected at 13.39 for a hot second. Bounced at like 13.20. And sitting at 13.80 right now. Next stop, hopefully, 14.41. Top stock said futures up a good amount. Casino opens in 45 minutes. Very nice. Index said no need to panic. I'm here. Dude, I'm so stoked. I'm excited, man. Don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for joining. We got the daily close contest coming up in 34 minutes. So make sure you stick around for that. Doge is currently trading at 16.86. And Doge was interesting. So we got to bounce off of this lower trend line. We got resistance at 16.81. And then it kind of did like a little janky little BART thing with support around like 16. And then we just springboarded straight up, 2.77% candle, currently sitting at 16.86, which is right above 16.81. I'm sure that trend line can be adjusted, but it's sitting right there. If we got close above it, that'd be great. Momentum wave almost overbought. RSI though is not, so looking pretty good. Polygon Matic Pole currently up 4.55% on the day. Beautiful. Tyler said, did Ondo break daily downward channel? Don't let me forget, I'm on Polygon. Let's go take a look at Ondo. Daily downward channel. Yes. We gotta wait for the close to confirm, but it looks like it's trying to. Interesting. Very nice. Yeah, the trend is your friend until the end, and we were clearly in a downtrend here, which eventually bounces, which would make for a lovely W. We got a confirmed green dot on your momentum wave back here as well. Bam. Pretty sick. See where it takes us. Anyways, Polygon Matic Pole, 4.55%. Bounce at 1660. Rejection at 1860. Break below 1787 again. Midpoint liquidity pullback 17-ish. Break above 1787. And it's currently at 1861. 1916 is the next target. RSI is not quite overbought. And momentum wave is almost overbought. Near. Currently sitting at 228. Up 5.45% on the day. Rejection at 221. Support at 205. And broke above 221. Currently sitting at 228. Next target 234. Let's see. Jim said I own both. Perfectly happy. Greg said, what is the only cryptocurrency that has no foundation, known founders, early insiders, and huge dev teams that hold at least 10% of their coins? Bitcoin. I don't know if that's the only coin. Perhaps there were others. You ever read that? Tom Sauce Coach. Tyler said that. Jim said, I own both. Index said, can you look at Sahara for me, man? New coin on Binance. And Greg said, here on news on BTBT, they ditched Bitcoin mining operations and are going in on ETH. A debacle or genius? Oh, I have no clue. I will say Bitcoin mining is definitely going to get weird with institutions and stuff like diving head first. Let's go check Sahara. said it's new on Binance? So there's not going to be a lot of chart data. Ooh. What in the world? Let's see. Spot on BitGet. Okay. Ooh, okay. So it had a pretty decent pump at launch. Little dip right here. What is that? 14%. Chop. Pump up 21%. And it's kind of lingering right now. The only thing that scares me is that, and this is going to sound dumb, but this is kind of a bongo cat situation happening in the chart. And usually when that's in the chart, not the RSI, this is genuinely like superstitious. I'm making up like tarot at this point. But bongo cat in the chart has never been a good thing. Bongo cat in the RSI has always been great, but in the chart, it's always a pretty hefty downside. Now, this is a new coin. I'm kind of pushing it with the bongo cat assessment. Volume looks nice. Other than that, I can't really say much about the chart, honestly. It hasn't sold off, which is great. When did it launch? Thursday? Yeah, I mean, it's been around a couple of days, actually, and has not sold off, so I don't really have any problem with it. Chili's? Ooh, so Chili's also had a descending channel. And we got a little fake out above, fake out below. Rejection, rejection. Kind of got an M formation right here. Oh, you know what? This is going to be a stretch. I see a W here. I see an M here. I see a midpoint liquidity pullback and then a breakout. That's the waste management pattern. We watched it play out back here. It played out right here too. I'm pushing it, but somebody knows something. They accumulated a lot right there in that wick. They accumulated a lot. Look at that huge volume candle. Crazy. Jim said pivot to ETH is interesting, significantly reduces energy overhead. Companies can also pay a dividend and perform buybacks via staking yield. Hinges on ETH's performance, but could work out nicely if structured. Tom Selks Code said all alts hinge on ETH's performance. I disagree, actually. I think that Sol has taken over ETH's position as like the altcoin leader. Solana is like the de facto leader right now. Like they're trying to do a regime change. The altcoins, and ETH won't allow it. ETH is having none of it. The problem is ETH has no say anymore. People are just following Solana now. So ETH is doing all this political theater still, while Solana's just doing its job as the de facto leader. And then eventually, you know, when the powers that be, when Satoshi and the Bogdanov twins dethrone Ethereum by force, then Solana will just show up at the altcoin palace and take over as the leader on paper. That's what's happening. It's very BitBoy hit network. I'm just kidding. Let's see. Silver, I'm surprised at Silver's resilience up here. I do see a head and shoulders potential, which scares me a little bit. I'm not sure how Silver trades against stuff like that, but that's kind of almost textbook. It's a little bit frightening. Outside of that, there was bearish div right here as well, which resulted in some downside. Maybe it played out already. I'm surprised that it's lasted this long, around 36 bucks, because usually it just comes down like right away, which is always kind of a bummer, but it's holding up really nicely. RSI was just oversold as well when it came back down to 35.3, so not bad at all. Let's see. Jim said Bogdanov did not die. Satoshi collected them, right? Dude, I keep joking that the Bogdanov twins are just Trump and Eric, Don and Eric are the Bogdanov twins, like in disguise. I mean, they knew their way around plastic surgery, that's for sure. So maybe they could have performed it. It's like Face Off, but Bogdanov twins and cryptocurrency. The most disappointing movie at the box office ever. Only crypto bros care about it, which is like 1% of the population. MicroStrategy still sitting at the same spot that it was the other day, looking good. DXY potentially put in a new low soon, 97.14, new local low. Nasdaq up 0.43%, NASDAQ looks beautiful. So does the S&P. S&P closed at all-time highs. Sitting pretty, man. Bitcoin dominance still mid-rejection, 65.32. You'll love to see it. StreamCam Milan said, what's up? What's going on, my guy? Fun talking to you last night, by the way. Mr. Cletus Clint also joined us. Fun talking to him as well. Let's see. Jim said, in all honesty, it must be costing JPM and SLV billions to keep this thing suppressed. Gold is going to force silver to break out on the next leg up. I hope so, man. I feel like silver's been getting the crap end of the stick for way too long. It's been crazy how F silver's been. Bitcoin. Gosh, Bitcoin looks great. We got our Sahara AI gonna dump on me. I'm sad Sahara AI gonna dump on me. Is it? Fahid said, I see no Cletus. He was in the Discord. He's not here he doesn't show up to the streams. He's not a stream participant. So what really interests me about Bitcoin here is we got a confirmed red dot back here where this arrow is pointing, and it didn't really do anything. You could argue that maybe it resulted in some downside, but how much? Even if you measure the peak of that candle and the lowest point here with the wicks, 1.53%, is that what the dots equate to? That's kind of bogus. You know what I mean? Greg said, I'm selling some Bitcoin for fiat next month. Why? To pay property tax render in onto Caesar. What is Caesar's? Okay. Jim said, silver wanted to go in 2011, but JPM and Jamie Dimon paper shorted into oblivion. Got caught too, but nothing happened. Slap on the wrist. Yeah, it's pretty goofy. The government just wants their cut, man. It's one big mafia. If they want to give me a cut, though, I'll sing their praises. I'm just kidding. I would never go corrupt for the government, depending on the amount of money they gave me. Not publicly, though. Like, they can give me money to go away, but I'm not going to come out and be like, I love the Fed. Greg said, JD is the biggest liar and backstabber ever. Jamie Dimon? You gotta make sure you specify Jamie Dimon or JD Vance. JD Vance has a lot of fanboys. A lot of people got mad when I said he was so awkward in that donut shop, dude. He was such an awkward dude at the donut shop. I crack up watching that video, though. SNEK 1998, looking good. ADA 5798, looking good. Total 3. Ooh, let's go look at Total 2 and Total Crypto Market Cap. Total 2. Let's see. Dremmer said, Greg, since November, I've sold 100% of my Bitcoin 3 times. I like it. Ooh, look at this. Crypto total market cap, Total 2, excluding Bitcoin. I've been calling for a rise up to 1.17, a rejection, midpoint liquidity pullback to 1.15-ish, and then a break, and then another pullback to our trend line around 1.2, our upper trend line of this descending, broadening wedge. That's going to be so sick if that plays out. So this is different. This call right here is completely different from my fractal. You can see there's a fractal here. Don't remember when I put this fractal there. Don't know how old it is. Don't know how. It's clearly incredibly irrelevant. Like, it's like kind of similar around here. Why can't I draw on the chart? There we go. But once you get here, it's just completely decoupled, completely different chart. Same with right here. So the fractal's kind of junk. I think I'm just going to delete it. But I guess, I don't know, maybe I'll just keep it super semi-transparent so that way we can look at the stupid breakout time, see if the timing is the same. Arrowmaker FPV said, hello, what's going on, Arrowmaker FPV? How's your Sunday going, my friend? You guys have a sick weekend? I've been actually thoroughly enjoying myself. Is it weird? I feel weird when I get excited for, like, bedtime. Because that seems like such, like, a 75-year-old man thing to do. But I've reached that point. Greg said, get this, JD threatened to fire an employee that traded cryptos like 3 years ago. Then JPM secretly opened a trading desk, is now the off something participant for most of the US traded Bitcoin ETFs. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Arrowmaker said, we are getting into Bitcoin resistance levels. However, from the quick jump, it tells us that a bullish trend has formed. I like it, dude. I'm excited. Look at that. That's volatility right there, man. I'm so stoked. I prefer, and it's scary. It is scary. I prefer this to like this, where it's like, oh, slow up and down. Everything's really slow and boring. I like the one that's like crazy, and you're like trying to look at it, and it just looks like lines. Odd Sunday for me, bro. Really? My Sunday's been pretty quiet. Yesterday was a lot of fun. Um, had my daughters play, which was really cool, and then I went to my niece's birthday party, which was a lot of fun. There was this random neighbor cat across the street, and it had thumbs. Literally has thumbs. Watch his feet. Right here. Look at his. He's got little thumbs, dude. He's little. He got like little hands. It's crazy. I was like, what? Like I've seen cats with like the. I don't know. It's some kind of deformity. They got the little nub back there that like extends out a little bit, but this cat has full on like opposable thumbs. It blew my mind. I was like, whoa. He's got those cute little stumpy little cat legs. So yeah, that was kind of cool. Let's see. Oh yeah, we didn't check total crypto market cap. Tyler said not gay good. What? Greg said there's only one US based Bitcoin ETF that took self custody. Fidelity equals FBTC. All others use Coinbase. I don't mind Coinbase, honestly. Crypto total market cap 3.3 trillion. 3.38 is our next target. See, total crypto market cap has been kind of stuck, honestly. This is kind of a big bull indicator for me. This is very clearly a harmonic, and I don't do harmonics, so I'm not positive about it, but it at least looks like one. And then over here, is this a flag, maybe? Maybe that's what it is. I kind of like that idea. Let's see. See if we can make a flag out of it. Yeah. I don't really hate that. And if I'm going to be frugal about my target, if this was a flag, not financial advice, of course. We make stuff up here sometimes. I'm pretty sure that's what majority of technical analysis is anyways. 4.2 trillion, which would be sick. My target, apparently April, May 2026 is 5 trillion. So that would be pretty cool. Look at the volume though. Decent chunk of volume, huge chunk of volume. A little bit less, a little bit less, way less, a little bit more. So I don't know, where do we go from here? Who knows, man? I am excited though. I am excited for the future. Bitcoin looks great. Error Maker said agreed. 108, 340. Ooh. All right. Let's see. We got a confirmed red dot that we looked at already. Let's go refresh our liquidation heat map, see where we're at. We got 17 minutes until the daily close contest, so make sure you guys stick around for that. Smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for joining me. The like button helps out the channel a lot. It helps make sure that people see my streams. Look at this. We got new liquidity here, 107,300. Yeah, that's definitely new. Okay. Make it a solid line. And then we got another one up above. Well, I don't know, maybe not. 109, 459. I'm not going to put that on there. I think it's just kind of already interfering with something else. Greg said XRP moved. Wow, which way? Up. 1.11% candle. I'm genuinely surprised and impressed with XRP's resilience up here. Like, this thing exploded. Chopped, got a little more explodey, chopped, little bit of a dump, but it's been maintaining this position up here. It genuinely seems like this, at least for the holders, is the fair market value at the moment. Because when you look at the past on XRP in general, every single time it got up, it crashed. Got up, crashed. Got up, chop. It is chopping up here. It has maintained the like above $2 level for months now, since November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. 8 months, 7 or 8 months. That's crazy. That's like unheard of for XRP. So I'm excited. The holders have a lot of conviction. There was almost no base built anywhere even remotely close to where it's at right now. So the fact that it's building a base up here is huge. Could it go higher? Maybe. I just kind of a fan of I'm a fan of the holders because they have more conviction than any community, it seems, and it's paying off. The question is this thing gonna go somewhere soon or not? It's kind of hard to make a pattern out of this, because I want to say it's kind of a wedgie flag thing, but there's no confluence for the upper trend line. I would have to cut through. I guess I would do that and say that this was a rejection. And then down here, yeah, kind of seems like a falling wedge, which is a really bullish pattern. Japan is adopting it. Nice. Finally broke 2.2. Oh, very nice. Yeah, the weekly candle looks awesome too. We got a weekly candle close today. Don't let me forget about that. But yeah, it looks good, man. It really does. As much as people talk crap, and I don't blame them either, with everything that's gone on and all the FUD and news and everything. Unfortunately, Ripple Labs doesn't have the best reputation. But I feel like the holders deserve this upside that they're receiving. Bitcoin 108,377 and 17 cents, looking good. Everyone was talking about $3 and $5 prices. That'd be crazy. Let's actually go see what Market Cap Up says about that. Some of the targets kind of make me mad when people are like, XRP could hit $1,000. I'm like, that's actually messed up to spread information like that. What would XRP be with the market cap of ETH? $5? Honestly, the amount of money that's circulating right now, I don't hate that. One of my favorite concepts is when everything started blowing up and going crazy and ETH didn't really do anything and XRP was going nuts. I'm like, dang, everyone's like talking about the ETH killer. Their L1 is the next ETH killer. What if it was XRP all along? If XRP flipped ETH, that would be hilarious. Because you know that the ETH maxis would be pissed. They would be so mad. And that kind of makes me laugh. Maximalism is kind of cringe in the first place, so it is what it is, but I'm still going to laugh at at maxis getting mad. We got some news articles to go through. We might as well do those before the daily close contest we got coming up in approximately 12 minutes, so make sure you guys stick around for that. Crazy daily close last night. If you missed it, highly recommend you go check it out. Literally had our first monetary prize winner last night. Shear 2.0 nailed 7 out of the 8 digits for Bitcoin. He was off by 10 cents. So only one digit was different. So he won $20, and we did confirm that he received his prize. It was pretty sick. First time in channel history. It happened after 1,000 subscribers, before a full year of the channel being live. So it did happen within the first year, which is pretty awesome. Congratulations, Shear 2.0, wherever you are today. He's probably getting some Dairy Queen or something with his prize money. It's pretty awesome. We got Amazon Monster Insider Trading Alert. Founder Jeff Bezos dumped $5.4 billion worth of Amazon shares. Crazy amount of money right there. Cardano's Strike Finance enters top 3 derivative protocols by revenue on DeFi Llama. Not financial advice. Probably not a good idea to sleep on Strike. I'm not going to be that guy, But excuse me for one moment while I be that guy. Strike literally dipped and is now up over 100% from the bottom of that dip. If you guys would have been paying attention, I don't know if anybody bought this dip, but if you did, congratulations. Look at the volume increasing with the price. And this dip, literally, if you would have bought that, which it did, kind of come back down and retest their structure here. Let me get the sticker. Let me go. Sure, I'll do 3. There is structure here. You had peak 1, peak 2, which is probably the most prominent peak, and then a little baby spike, and then it came all the way up, started going down, and it actually settled right at the same level as peak 2, which is a big prominent peak, and then took off from there. So this volume right here, this liquidity, that was established, that scaffolding that was built metaphor-wise offered support for the price at 60 cents. And it is now sitting at 130, literally right at all-time highs again, up 100% from the dip, 120% from the dip. That's crazy. So, not financial advice, but I would recommend looking into it at least. Keep it on your radar. Tom Salkscoat said it's not on any exchange I use, so yeah, you got to buy it through Cardano specifically. I can introduce you to a beautiful woman that will show you how to purchase it if you would like. Jim said, I really don't know if Ripple wants XRP to moon based on underlying customer interest, beyond a certain point anyways. Greg said XRP can moon. Who wins? You? Nope. Provide exit liquidity for AZ, Chris Larson, David Schwartz, and Brad Garlickhouse. Nice. I'm not a fan of Garlickhouse either. Jim said, I have no idea what the fee structure looks like as the asset inflates. If banks don't like that, then I could see Ripple artificially dumping at a certain level. Arrowmaker said, like any other crypto, right? Yeah, it's all the same. Tom Salkscoat said, it's not an... Yeah, I read that already. Yeah, if you are genuinely interested in getting Strike Finance, I'll make a video for you guys. Otherwise, I can just resource you a video that already exists. Daniel Spooner said, I did open a low leverage short on Bitcoin. All right. Akshay J said, do you think XRP is a good project or just a massive cult? I think it's both, actually. And I don't think that a cult is a bad thing, actually. Genuinely. Cardano has a cult. Huge. Benefits them tremendously. XRP, same concept. Good project is subjective. I haven't used it or know enough about the tech to tell you if it's a good project or not. Majority of the people that I hear talk about it, though, seem to think it's a good project, so... Tom Salkscoat said, is it your mom? Becker reference? Who? Oh, the beautiful woman? Yeah, dude, the Becker references are kind of funny because he's like talking about sleeping with Cardano holders' moms and stuff, and then he legit, earlier this year, he's like, I'm a Cardano holder now. I'm like, ooh. Does that mean he's sleeping with his mom? A little bit concerning. Anyways, Bitcoin, 108, 300, even, looking good. Daniel Spooner said stop loss is just over $110,000. Interesting. Jim said it's a product, not necessarily a project. It does have a cult, though. Stocks have historically had cults as well. It's a phenomenon with assets. Daniel Spooner said Sonic is at a discount and a half right now. I think it's one token that will do big numbers when things get going. Hopefully things are getting going, but who knows, man. Next, we got the Senate has voted to proceed with the One Big Beautiful Bill. Interesting. Quick Brunch said W. Quick Brunch. The U.S. Senate has voted 51-49 to advance the motion to proceed on the One Big Beautiful Bill. A narrow margin set the stage for heated legislative debate. By the way, up. I hope so, man. I can feel it, Mr. Krabs. I'm kind of here for it. We got some big numbers pulling in on the watch list, so I'm excited. And it came out of nowhere, too, on a Sunday as well. U.S. consumer spending is not strong. U.S. retail sales adjusted for inflation are 3% below their 2022 peak. Real retail sales have been basically flat for the past 4 years. In other words, U.S. consumers cannot keep up with inflation. President Trump says interest rates should be at 1 to 2%. Fun fact, this was yesterday, by the way. 10 years ago, yesterday, Bitcoin was $250. That sucks. because I know 10 years ago I had more than enough money to buy at least a couple of Bitcoins. And I could own a home today because of that. But I didn't, so. We got Michael Saylor hints of buying more Bitcoin. He posted in 21 years, you'll wish you bought more. We got another yellow dot from my friend. Very interesting. Craig said, Ripple Labs offers solid cross-border and remittance platforms, but the native token XRP is privatized and cannot be traded on public exchanges. Jim said, Ripple has an impressive product suite extending beyond XRP. Their IPO will be strong. Don't own any XRP, but I'll buy some Ripple stock. Greg said, nor is Ripple Labs listed on any exchange. They're a private company. Wonder why. Quick Branch said, oh wow, that's crazy. Arrowmaker said, yeah, same with me. I couldn't. I tried many times and couldn't. What? Buying Bitcoin? 10 years ago? Jim said Ripple's IPO was originally 2025 Q4, but it had been pushed to 2026 Q1. Interesting. That's going to be interesting when that happens. I like that their court case with the SEC has like ended like 6 times in the past like 4 or 5 months. Every time they're like, we've decided to put an end to the case and it's being dropped and we're not pursuing. And I'm like, didn't this already happen? But I guess it keeps occurring. Who knows, man? That's one of those Mandela effects. Yeah, in college, I looked into it back in like 2012, 2013 for like an hour. Thankfully, it was only like an hour. And I was like, this thing's already peaked out. I think it was like a couple $100. I was like, this thing's already peaked out. I'm not buying any. And that was it. That was the gist of it. Hadn't thought about it or heard about it until like 2018, 2019, which is crazy. But I guess I'm glad that it went that route instead of me actually buying some or having some and then losing it or selling it too early or spending a lot of time on it and then never buying any. It freaks me out that it was that close. It was that close. So I'm trying to not make the same mistake again. And I'm just accumulating like a maniac. HQZ said, how we looking, JJ? I think we're looking pretty dang good, man, so far. Jim said, Ripple is the AM gen of crypto. Endless money, endless lobbying, endless lawsuits. Greg said, push thieves into the dark corners of Napa Valley. Jim said, markets are always manipulated. What's good, HQZ? All right. Yeah, Bitcoin 108,319 looks pretty good. Alts heating up. Total 3. Beautiful. Bitcoin dominance dumping, which is what we want to see. That red dot's coming in handy. So far, so good. ETH getting a little bit of green here. Alts really got like a lot of waking up to do. Are we going to dump after 8? Maybe. Seriously. All right, next we got the long wait will soon be over. The first descending broadening wedge was already very bullish. The second is currently still in retest, and upward breakout will follow, which means that altcoins will fly. I don't think we have to wait much longer, folks. That is one of the more comforting things I've ever heard, honestly. We got phase E right here, I guess. I don't know. It doesn't really make sense in correspondence to this. Well, actually, wait. Yeah, this is phase E. Okay, I get it. I get it. So what goes on here then? Just 2 descending broadening wedges? Okay. Yeah, this is total 2. All right, I'll take it. I accept. Next, we got clarification. Bitcoin is in a short-term correction channel, days, weeks, and we might get some better entries midterm, 1 to 3 months. The setup looks bullish. I like it. Greg said T-minus 11 minutes to Bitcoin. Oh yeah, we got 2 minutes until the daily close contest. Bitcoin is pushing up. Yeah, I'm excited, man. Clear as day, about to get started. Tech Dev. I think we looked at this the other day, but I'm excited, man. Excited. Exciting stuff. And last but not least, we got no more retail FOMO, but an institutional structured bid. We got retail FOMO, retail FOMO, retail FOMO, institutional structured bid. Is retail FOMO going to follow? Probably, because why else would institutions be buying? Its price was not going to go up. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bitcoin daily close contest is set to begin in less than 1 minute, so get your guesses ready. 46 seconds remaining on the clock. Bitcoin currently trading at 108,379 and 99 cents. Let's transition. Woo. Jay Shear currently sitting in 4th place now after yesterday's monumentous win. 7 out of the 8 digits for the Bitcoin daily close. Wow. He seems to be absent today, taking a much deserved break. Congratulations, J Show 2.0, wherever you may be. Excuse me. All right. Three, two, one. Get your guesses in for the daily close contest, ladies and gentlemen. Quick Brunch said stock market hit all-time highs. That's what's got me excited. Yeah, same here, man. We got Hoffs coming in with a guess. Oh, excuse me. I had too much peanut butter, man. 108,420. I've been eating nutty bars like crazy. We got Dremmer coming in with a guess, just 108. I'm gonna guess that's 108,866. Okay, I like it. Any change? Any change? 5, 4, 3. There you go, 58. I like it. The countdown was for me to move on, and then I would have edited it later. I wasn't trying to be like a mom and dad, like counting you down till you got in trouble. We got Greg. Why can't I type? SAVCHUK. Thank you. With 108,402. We got Error Maker. FPV with 108,350. We got Tom Selkscoat with 108,300. We got Fahid with 107,980 and 56 cents. Oh boy, I broke it. 107,980 and 56 cents. Anybody else? Anybody at all? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 participants so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Bitcoin currently trading at 108,377 and 17 cents. Looking good. Tyler coming over to guess. Looking to further his legacy. 108,43369. Quick Brunch. Oops. Coming in with a guess of 108,350. We have that already, my friend. Quick Brunch. You're going to need to change yours. Arrowmaker FPV. It's first come, first serve, and his guess was 108,350 before you, my friend. Cheers, guys. Happy Sunday. Delicious. Don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. The like button goes a long way. Helps spread the word. Helps let YouTube know to show the stream to other people. There we go. We got 108,280 from Quick Brunch. Thank you for changing your number, my friend. 108. Oops. Jeez, I'm really bad at typing today. 108,280. Let me make sure I haven't messed anybody's up. We got Hoffs, 108,420. Dremmer, 108,866.58. Yep. Greg, 108,402. Yep. Arrowmaker, 108,350. Yep. Tom Sockscope, 108,300. Yep. Fahid, 107,980 and 56 cents. Yep. Tyler, 108,433.69. Yep. And Quick Brunch, 108,280. Okay, I like it. Let's see, we got 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining on the clock, so make sure you guys get your guesses in. Anybody else? Anybody at all? Let me refresh and see where we're at as far as likes go on the stream. We're at 12 likes. We got 24 people watching. Can we get 24 likes? I think we can do it. I believe in you guys. All you got to do is smash the like button. It's that little button, the thumbs up button at the very bottom of the page. It's actually this way. It should be this way. So go click on that. It's like right there if you're on PC. It's like that direction-ish. We got 49 seconds remaining. Bitcoin currently trading at 108,394 and 94 cents. I am going to start to put these guys on the chart. Greg said no matter where Bitcoin closes today, it will be the highest candle body close ever. For what? Like monthly? What are you talking about? The highest weekly? 20 seconds remaining on the clock? Oh boy. Weekly, okay. That's pretty sick, actually. 10 seconds left. Bitcoin 108,388 and 80 cents. All right, time's up. Thank you, everyone, for participating. We have our entries. Let me sort these bad boys and get them on the board. 108,371 and 1 penny. Streamcan Milan 108,500. 13 seconds. I'll allow it. I'll allow it. $108,500. Okay. Now let's sort these bad boys. Here we go. 108,371. Who's closest here? 108,350. Probably Arrowmaker right above. Yep. 108,350. Okay, yep, that's Arrowmaker. Arrowmaker FPV. Then we got Let's with 108,300. Okay. And then one more below. Quick Brunch 108,280. Okay. Let me do one more. You guys are kind of close right there. So let me get Fahid 107,980 and 56 cents. Okay. I like it. Fahid's got a nice cushion right above him. Very nice. Who's above Arrowmaker? I butchered Arrowmaker's name. What did I do? There we go. Okay, above Arrowmaker, we got 108,402. And that is Mr. Greg. And then we got Hoffs. Nope. 108,420. And then above Hoffs, we got Tyler. 108,433.69. Geez, you guys are real tight up here. And then above Tyler, we got Streamcan Milan with 108,500. And last but not least, since I got everybody else, we're going to do Drummer with 108,866.58. Would love for him to win, because that means number go up a lot. As of right now, Bitcoin currently trading at 108,374 and 23 cents. Arrowmaker still in the lead. It's a close call between him and Greg and Tom Selleck's Goat. Currently closer to Tom Selleck's Goat. Make sure you guys smash the like button. We got 19 people watching now. We're at 13 likes. We had one more person press the like button. I think you guys are more than capable of pressing the like button. Come on. What would your mother think? What would your father think? What would your grandparents think? Dude, that was always the worst. I remember remember when I was little and I would like get in trouble at school or something, or my report card was bad. My parents were like, "This happens again. You're gonna have to call your grandparents and tell them." And I was like, "What? Why would I do that?" "Hey grandma, I'm failing in science." What? That's awful. That was like the ultimate motivator. I'm like, I don't want to call grandma and tell her that I'm failing science class. What the hell? Like, well, then you better get your grades up. I'm like, okay. Brackish Adventures 108,400. You are a little late, my friend. The deadline is 7:55 p.m. EST. Let's see. We got. This is it, actually. 54 seconds remaining. This is the candle that determines the fate of our winner. Currently, Arrowmaker still in the lead. 108,356 and 92 cents for Bitcoin. What's going to happen here? We got a little bit of flat line action going on. Kind of for the past 10 minutes or so. 108, 356.92, 31 seconds remaining. Anybody that missed yesterday, Shear 2.0 literally won the first monetary prize. He guessed 7 out of the 8 digits. It was crazy. And he's currently in 4th place as well. So he's been cranking that shit out. Bitcoin 108, 356.92 cents. 10 seconds remaining on the clock for the Bitcoin daily close. This is it. 3, 2, 1. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. The Bitcoin daily close 108, 356.93. Arrowmaker FPV, our winner today. Ooh, big fat spike afterwards too. Very exciting. 108, 356.93. All right, ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas in the chat for Arrowmaker FPV, our winner for the evening. With a guess of 108, 350 even. Very nice. It's interesting because we had a second person try to put that same guess, so it's funny that you guys both saw that in the chart. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go down to back up to the 4-hour time frame. Congratulations, Arrowmaker FPV, on your victory. Let's clean this chart up really quick. All right. All right, Arrowmaker FPV, our victor for the evening. Spam the bananas in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. All right. Let me go press the button. The celebratory button. Arrowmaker FPV. Yay! All right. Very cool. All right. Let me transition. Put Arrowmaker FPV on our winner's Google Doc for is this a second win? Or is this your first win? Your first win, Arrowmaker? Yes, it is. Wow, congratulations. Cool, we got a lot of firsts coming in, man. Congratulations, Arrowmaker FPV, on your victory. Very cool. Exciting stuff. For some reason, I thought you had won before. Drummer said, did you get your super chat working? I do believe that it does narrate now, yes. So regular YouTube super chat should also narrate. I know for sure that the tipping feature narrates too, though. Congratulations, Arrowmaker FPV. Ladies and gentlemen, can I get a drum roll, please? The winner of today's daily close contest with a guess of 108.350 even and an actual Bitcoin daily close of 108.356.93 cents. Arrowmaker FPV closes without going over on June 29th, 2025. Prize is a raw hot dog. Congratulations, Arrowmaker FPV, on your victory. Enjoy your raw hot dog. It is to scale. You can enjoy it on public transportation. You can enjoy it while riding a bicycle. You can enjoy it with a man or a woman or someone's dad, someone's mom. Enjoy it with whoever you want. Whatever you do, you are legally obligated to remove it from the premises. Congratulations on your victory. Also, I do have to ask, and you are legally obligated to tell me, are you Canadian? The people demand to know. I am documenting Canadian wins as well, because so far they're kind of whooping ass. So if you are, it would be in your best interest. If you're not, it would be in your best interest as well to specify. We don't need to know your exact address or your mother's maiden name or your social security number, but we do need to know if you're Canadian. Okay, you're not Canadian. Thank you very much. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to our winner. Very cool. Exciting stuff. Don't forget to smash the like button. If you don't, then you can't win. And your firstborn child will say something to scare the shit out of you when they're like an infant. You guys ever have that happen? Anyone that has kids, you're like sitting there and your little kid, they're like 2 or 3, they come up to you, they're like, there's a man in my room, and you're like, what? Or something super creepy. It's always the worst, man. Bitcoin 108.282.99 cents. Stream Can Milan said, I think it's dope if you document a challenge whether it's 5% or 15% challenge. So, okay, so I'm assuming you were here. Maybe. Hold on. So we discovered the compound interest calculator, and we are documenting a compound trading challenge in the Discord if you guys want to join. I have not been able to make any progress in quite some time. It's been a couple of days, so it's a little bit stagnant, but it's one of those situations where I'm not forcing any trades. Let's see. The last trade that I did was 7%, 106. I think I'm at like 111, 112. I'm not doing too great. We started with $50, and this is being documented in the Discord if you guys want to join. It's completely free. It's a ton of fun, no pressure. The baby thing was funny. Dude, that stuff is so creepy. So my daughter's never really done that. Not when she was younger, but a couple of years ago. She's like 9, 10, or 11 at the time. And we're sitting there, and it's so in the winter we have a hook on the back of our door where I hang my coat up. But in the summer, I don't have a coat to hang up, so there's nothing back there. Like, we removed the hook. And it's in the middle of the summer, and she's like, I always freak out whenever I sleep out here in the living room. And I wake up, and I see I see your coat hanging, and I'm like, ew, that looks like a man. And then I fall back asleep, and I'm sitting there, and I'm looking at the door, and there's no hook. So there's no way for a coat to be hanging on the door. And I was like, there's no hook on the door. I don't hang my coat. There's no coat for me to hang in the summer. And she did clarify. She was like, no, I mean in the winter when you actually hang your coat. I was like, okay. There was like a good minute and a half where I was experiencing a heart attack. It was so freaking terrifying. I was like, who's standing at my front door while we're all trying to sleep? It was so fucking creepy, dude. It's like, shut your fucking mouth. Drummer said minus 5% a day compounding, right? So the compound trading calculator blew our minds. Let's say we start with $50, and mind you, it's a lot easier said than done. So don't take this and be like, oh, this is really easy, I can just become a millionaire. It's not that easy. I'm sure it can be for some people, but I'm trying it right now and I'm failing miserably. The trick is to not lose money. But let's say you start with $50 and you compound trade 5% a day. Your goal is to make 5% every day. Close your trade. You cannot lose any money. If you do, obviously that'll set you back a couple of days, but you got to set tight stop losses. You got to be really meticulous about your trades. If you do the math, 6 months is 180 days. So that's kind of the goal, essentially, is to trade 180 5% trades in a row. You deposit 0 additional cash. You literally start with $50. You make 5% a day for 6 months. At the end of that 6-month period, you would literally have $368,000. So I've come to the conclusion, collectively with the stream, that nobody else participated in, that everyone telling you all the time to take profit is a psyop, and they just don't want you to get filthy rich, because then they can't like milk your 9 to 5 as much or whatever. Who knows, man? Who knows? But I've been taking profit this whole time for like 3, 4, 5 years, making a trade, start with $50, double it, take $50 out, whatever, go spend it on fast food, pizza. It's almost always food. Sometimes maybe I build a computer or whatever with some profits from my spot trades and whatever. But my trading account, I'll double it and then I'll take my initial out every single time. So it's just like a rolling profit thing, but it's very few and far between. If I would have made just 180 solid trades in a row, starting with $50, I could have $250,000 right now. But me being a dummy, everyone's like, oh, take profits, pay yourselves, blah, 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 blah. I just took profits, man. I just shut up and I did the thing that everybody told me to do. Streamcan said, I'd say taking profits is good when the conviction isn't long-term and it is spot trading. It isn't spot trading. Yeah, I agree. I'm just blown away, man, that you can start with 50 bucks and after 6 months of just 5% a day in crypto is so achievable. I think the biggest thing, the hardest thing is the lack of volatility. And I've been trading the same asset for the longest time, so it's hard for me to like switch around, but I'm starting to do that. And I think once I get the hang of trading just things for the sake of trading things and making profits, I think I might have a good handle on this challenge. Regardless, no matter what, it is fun. It's a learning situation, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Even if I am just sitting stagnant at like $110 for like a month, it is what it is. You know, I've doubled my money since the beginning, so that's cool. But the last 2, 3, 4 weeks have been just choppy sideways junk, and it's only when I'm available, like when I can sit down and try to trade, the market does absolutely nothing. No joke. On the 4-hour time frame, this right here, these two ginormous candles, these beautiful big fat juicy candles, it's on the 4-hour time frame, but it happened like right before this candle closed and right after this one opened. So there was only like a 1 hour period, hour and a half period where all of this price action occurred. It was right at that transition. My dumbass sitting here, I'm watching the chart all day, nothing's happening. It's like whatever. It's all stagnant and weird. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go vacuum the living room and the dining room and the kitchen and the entry and the hallway. I'm gonna vacuum the whole apartment. I do that. I'm feeling good, you know. Fresh vacuum always feels nice and crispy. I did a couple other things. I come back in the office and I sit down and I see these two gigantic candles and I was like, motherfucker. Every single time, man. The market is the ultimate troll, and it's kind of hilarious. So you gotta take advantage of it when you can, you know. Some people got day jobs. Congratulations, Arrowmaker FPV, once again on your victory. We're getting a little bit of green on Bitcoin, which is some exciting stuff. Let's see if Bitcoin dominance keeps dumping. That would be nice. I don't know, though. Dude, I was so mad. I was so freaking mad when that happened. That's the first time that it was like that obvious to me. Because the chart was just super, like, it was red and sideways and red and like a little baby recovery. And then you had this stupid candle, which is just like the most weak thing I've ever seen. And I'm just sitting here, I'm like, this is stupid. And then this one was like doing nothing. It was like super red and green and whatever. I'm sitting here, and it was probably down here, honestly. It was probably red as F when I got up to vacuum. And then I get up, I go vacuum, and I come back, and it was just two gigantic, like the closest thing to a god candle that we've seen in like 8 months. And I was so freaking mad. Gotta laugh about it and not get stressed out. That's exactly what it is. You can't let the emotions get to you. Honestly, the market it's 24 hours. It's never going anywhere. There's always another trade to be made. But it's still funny as hell. That's literally like something you would see in a stupid movie. It makes people think that they're, and might be a little morbid, a little dark. It makes people think that they're more important than they are. Because you sit here and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't win anything. The market maker's out to get me. I'm a victim. Like me. The whole world revolves around me. And that's not the case, man. Nobody gives a crap that you were vacuuming while these candles fucking exploded. People were just buying. You know? I don't know. Maybe there is a market maker. Maybe it's just aliens like experimenting to fuck with us. That'd be kind of funny. They're like, watch this. Watch this. As soon as he gets up to vacuum, I'm going to execute the pump. And they're all just sitting around. They're like, like, whatever the fuck. However aliens giggle. Little fuckers. The volume is interesting right here. There's almost no volume compared to back here. But we are getting pumpy. I like the volatility too. We got a spike, a dump, followed by another spike. Is it going to dump again? What are we going to do? I don't know. We went through all of our articles. Let's do a quick portfolio update. Our 1K to 10K Grok portfolio had a beautiful recovery overnight, it seems. We are currently down $164, which is not as bad as we were the other day. 164 bucks, 16.4%. ADA has literally just dropped to the bottom of this fucker. Look at NIR's up 20% in the last week. Dang, look at Aptos is up 25% in the last week. So we definitely got some alts that aren't recovering as good as the rest of them. Proppy has been holding its ground. Proppy's actually in profit, $3.22 in this portfolio. It's up 9.8% in the last 7 days, but it's not down nearly as much as the other ones were. So it is outperforming the entire portfolio right now. Fetch. So the portfolio is being held up by Proppy, Fetch, Render, Sol, and Aptos. It's being dragged down by Ondo, Shib, NIR, ADA, and Doge. Doge, somehow the worst performer. Probably going to flip ADA soon, though, if ADA doesn't do nothing. ADA has been sitting in the gutter. Memecoin portfolio. Ooh, dang, look at that giant spike. That almost looks like a bull flag as well. Currently down $142. Not bad, not bad at all. SNEK's still the worst performer. With actually in profit, 60 bucks. Pepe's in profit, 17 bucks. Giga is down 51 bucks, and Doge is down 56 bucks. SNEK is down like 100 and something. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's looking good though. I'm surprised at how high performer Whiff has been compared to Pepe. I figured Pepe would be outperforming the entire portfolio. And then last but not least, my favorite and the best performer so far, the narrative portfolio. I don't think the narrative portfolio was even negative this entire time. This entire dump, we've been in the green still. It's currently sitting in profit, $61.95. We only got two assets, the two same assets that have been this whole time, that are not in profit. We got VeChain down 21 bucks, and Mana is down 6 bucks. Tau is up 19 bucks, Fetch is up 20 bucks, and Pepe's up $47. This portfolio is made up of one meme coin, one artificial intelligence coin, one real world asset coin, one decentralized physical infrastructure coin, and one gaming coin. And it is absolutely killing it. It's very exciting stuff. Somebody mentioned the other day putting together another portfolio. I don't remember what it was for though, but it was a really good idea. I should have wrote it down. Arrowmaker said, happened to me with DMC. Check out the price. It almost doubled from last night. DMC? That's crazy. DeLorean Labs? Yeah, that's right. You had me look at this. Whoa. That's a beautiful structure, too. You got your pump, your initial sell-off, and then just an explosion. It is overbought on the 4-hour. A lot of volume right here, though. Dang. Yeah, these are the ones that freak me out. This is probably why I'll never retire from like an overnight trade, because my dumbass is like, oh, I don't want to buy it now, it's too overbought. And it's probably gonna go and do like next 300-400% in the next day or two. Goat, I think Goat was my biggest fade besides the stock market. I remember looking at Goat and looking at the liquidity and the holders and all that stuff. And for whatever reason in my brain, I was like, this is a scam. And I said it on stream. It was very early on in my streaming career. I said, this thing is gonna effing rug. And it was at like $50 million market cap at the time. It ended up going to like 500 million or like a billion, some ridiculous number. And I felt like a complete dumbass the entire time, every single day. Like, I remember it was like, boop, it was up a little bit. And if you're way zoomed out, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's gonna rug. And then it went on to go, bam. And I called it a scam down here, like an idiot. Streamcan Milan said ADA to $1 before early October, maybe mid-October. Honestly, what interests me, and this is what we talked about last night actually, this little chart that TradingView like added down here, this seasonal chart, September, October, November, links up with everything going up. We're about to enter that stagnant phase where the market just kind of is a boring, slumpy mess, and everyone's going to get shaken out if we are going by the seasonal chart thing. Now, these are just from the past 2 years. This does not actually show the bull market year. That I would be interested in seeing for sure. But as of right now, it looks like July, August are just like complete bummers. September, October, November, December, skyrocket. But it's kind of a matter of us sitting and being patient no matter what. If we go to $1 in October or before October, I'll be a very happy guy. Not that far off, 57. We were pretty dang close. ADA was in this descending channel that it seems to have broken out of, but it's done that before. I want to see it actually continue up. Maybe at least hit this upper trend line. Breaking through it would be even better. But we'll see. We will see. Let's see. Not a whole lot of green going on right now. Cass is trying, which is interesting. I'm wondering how Cass is going to perform, like, overall. I like the way that I have this set up. It just says Fartco. That'd be such a great brand. Kind of goes with Siemens. I remember we were in class one day. This was in high school. And me and my buddies were, like, messing around and pissing the teacher off. And the teacher's like, sit down, sit down. And my buddy looks at the thermostat, and it was a Siemens thermostat, which is a brand. It's like a computer brand company or whatever. And he goes, what the fuck? Mrs. Johnson, why does the thermostat say Siemens on it? Dude, we were cracking up. It was so funny. And the teacher couldn't say it. The teacher literally just like smiled and was like, go sit down. Because it did. It said Siemens on it, dude. And we were like, what the fuck? So, I guess the only thing I'm concerned about with these descending channels on something like Sol or ADA or what else had it? SWE is breaking out and retesting it way later on like Bitcoin did. Bitcoin was in this descending channel, broke out, retested, got a little spike, and then another pullback and a second retest. The second retest literally went down 4% more than the first one, and in altcoin terms, that's like 20%. So hopefully alts don't have to do that. SWE looks really good right now. SWE looks great. Sol was killing it yesterday. Looks really good today too, honestly. Inverse head and shoulder potential. It's a little bit sloppy. Yeah, no, there's no definitive neckline, so forget that. But the breakout of this descending channel, my favorite. Let me clean something up really quick, just so this looks less crazy. If I get rid of all my green lines just for a minute. And even the orange line, let's get rid of the orange line too. So way back here, Sol was in this like descending, or not even descending, it was just in this range. It was in this lovely range. We got rejection, support, support, rejection, support, support, rejection, support, support. And then we established this inverse head and shoulders here. Textbook inverse head and shoulders. Target was right about here, 191. And we got our breakout, our rejection at our upper trend line, retest, confirmed bullish on that neckline. And then that was our springboard to hit 258, which I believe was a new all-time high. I could be wrong. But then we pulled back and we got a little double bottom action on the upper trend line from our breakout, from our range that we were in. And we used that as a springboard to hit a new all-time high of around $300, which is freaking crazy because it's sitting at $150 right now. Sol is down 50% from that high. That's insane. So we're getting a big fat retrace right now. We came back into our range. We broke below our upper trend line, rejected, and then we established this descending broadening wedge. We found lovely support at our lower trend line, which we had held. It's like a historic lower trend line now at this point. We got back above our purple neckline from our inverse head and shoulder. We got above our blue upper trend line for a hot second, formed an M, came back down, retested our purple neckline once, twice after rejecting off of the blue again. And then a third time we broke below, established this lower trend line of this descending channel. got back above our purple neckline, retested, confirmed bullish, and now we're breaking out of our descending channel, it seems, which is exciting stuff. Let me adjust this because it's kind of like a descending. Yeah, it's a little more wedgy than a channel, very slightly. But it looks good right now, man. Sol looks awesome. If we get above this blue trend line, it's gonna be huge. 159, 160. Error Maker said they're all scams, but at least the ones listed on MXC futures are checked enough that are likely that won't rug. LOL. StreamCan said, I like how it seems like the news isn't directly affecting the market, how most traders think it should. It's like investors have some type of conviction where no matter what, they're still confident. I think the 4-year cycle definitely has a lot to do with that, honestly. I think people are banking on that. And it's kind of, personally, for me at least, it's at a point where if I lose all my money in crypto, I don't really give a crap, you know? I think my time has been wasted more than anything. I would be more upset about my time being wasted than the money, because I can replace the money. But it's the risk reward trade off just isn't there anymore. You know, it's not worth me selling it to get, like, what am I gonna do with the cash? Where's freaking cash gonna go? You know, if I need it, I'll spend it, but I don't need it right now. It's a glorified savings account. If it decreases, that sucks. You know, I'll have to come up with something else. But by that point, I'll be in a much different situation where hopefully I'll have come up with a backup plan to investing, and maybe I'll start accumulating stocks or something like that. But the risk reward, it's not worth me selling. It is not worth me selling at all. Not because it's not a lot of money, but because if I do sell it, and it skyrockets and I could have retired my entire bloodline, I'm going to have so much psychological damage. I'm going to go actually insane. They're going to have to lock me up in a psych ward. So I'm less likely to go crazy from losing all of this money than I am from missing out on a potential, like, godlike bull run from, like, another planet. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Streamcan said, I look at sideways trading like holding a dumbbell straight out in front of you. Perceptually, it's harder to hold that sideways level than ups and downs. It is. The lack of volatility, man. It's like the biggest. They're trying to bore us out of the market. And again, that goes back to the victim mentality. I don't think there's any powers that be like trying to bore you out of the market. They're just doing their thing. And we are getting bored with it because we're so used to fun, big, volatile cryptocurrency bull markets and whatever. I still don't think that we've hit that timeline. If we hit 2026 and we haven't seen any significant signs of bull market, then I'd be willing to say maybe something's up. But as of right now, I think we're still good for autumn to go crazy and for us to just buy like 6 boats and like each of us is going to own 6 large boats because of how much money we have. Everyone says boats are a money pit. We're not going to care. We're going to be so bored. We're going to be like, oh shoot, people said boats are a lot of maintenance. I should buy a boat because I'm fucking bored. That's how much money we should have. That's the hope. That's the game plan. That's the idea. Offset Doge 3-day looks like a big W. Where's Doge? Doge. 3-day? 3-day is such an obscure timeline. Yeah, I'm not going on no 3-day. The 1-day also looks like a big W. I see it. Potential. I like the uptrend though. Doge has definitely got an uptrend going on. You got this purple one, which was these 2 points, 1, 2. And you got your green one now, which is these 2 points, 1, 2. So, kind of digging it. We also have a confirmed green dot on Market Cipher right here at that Pico bottom. Green dot right here. See if that results in some significant upside. That'd be sick. Yeah, watch, wait, and see. Hurry up and wait. Airmaker said, I'm wondering what is going to happen tomorrow if Bitcoin keeps pumping. They said July was going to be big. Tomorrow's the last day of June. Let's see. You know what? I thought I had news articles. Hang on, let me check my X. I gotta check my bookmarks because I feel like I missed something. No? Maybe I just didn't bookmark stuff. Oops. Oh well. I don't know. I'm excited about David Sachs and Trump and all them talking about how July is gonna be a huge month. They haven't really let us down yet as far as them like telling us what the future is gonna hold. I think Greg said this was gonna be the largest weekly close, but I think he was incorrect. Maybe he meant the largest candle or something. I don't know. The highest weekly candle close was back here, May 19th. And it closed at 109.004. Airmaker said 108.640 already. We may hit 109 tonight. Dude, that would be so sick. Imagine a God candle stream and you were the winner of the daily close that day too. And it was your first win. And you smashed the like button and got all your friends and family to come subscribe and also smash the like button. Imagine that. It does look good though. We're hitting that liquidation point right now. Let's go refresh. Stock Money Lizards post prediction. What is that? 110? $130. Okay. $130. All right. Liquidation heat map symbol 12-hour. Yep. We are starting to liquidate some bears. Told you after Saturday, man, they let us out of the cage. See how these look identical? This little structure. The entire weekend, all of Saturday, they kept us right in between those perfectly. Sunday comes along, we got a little bit more opened up right here, a little bit more opened up right here. They start letting us eat into that. They took the leash off after Saturday. Happens every single weekend without fail. Every single time. Let's see, next we got 108.699. Okay. Streamcan Milan said, rookie question. Is that liquidation heat map on TradingView? I'm considering on adding that to my arsenal. I don't know if it's available on TradingView. It's a CoinGlass thing. I think CoinGlass is kind of maybe a competitor. But there might be some kind of indicator that shows it. Why can't I see this? Oh boy. Is this broken? Let's refresh, see what we get. Indicators. Okay, there we go. I don't know why that wasn't popping up. So let's see if they have one. We're on the weekly again. Okay, let's go down to the 4-hour. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. That's why I was like, why does the chart look so weird? That makes more sense. Not bad. Dude, I might get chili cheese fries from Wendy's. Hungry right now. The raw hot dog. This is not the hot dog. I swear. Oh gosh, did I move something? I did, okay. Okay, now we're back. We're back in business. Let's see. Liquidation heat map. Okay, so it looks like maybe invite only. So it looks like you can get a paid one, which doesn't have a lot of people. Crypto liquidation heat map 5.4. This one might work. Okay, so I have too many. Hold on. Let me get rid of something really quick. I'll get rid of the market cipher for a hot second. Liquidation heat map. I don't know what the hell this is. Oh, Is it actually working? Maybe I gotta go to a cleaner chart. I think it's actually working. Is that one? I don't know if this is up-to-date info, though. It looks a little sloppy. Right? Yeah. I don't know how accurate and up-to-date this is. It doesn't look like it's doing much for me. Look at people long down at 80K. That's so sick. Or they have liquidations at 80K, 90K. Yeah, I don't know how accurate this is. I would just go off the coin glass one, honestly. Dude, you ever had a garbage plate? I have not. I've heard about it, though. That reminds me of the Minecraft movie. The garbage man, the guy that what's his name plays? What's his freaking name? Jason Momoa. Here's a hot garbage tip. That movie was so much better than I was expecting it to be. Yeah, I would just use coin glass, I guess. So what I do, and I only do this because people that used to attend the stream on a regular basis recommended clicking on symbol and going to 12-hour. And then I just zoom in a little bit. Look at that. We're chewing away at that, man. 108, 699. Oops. Oh, I gotta get rid of I gotta get rid of this thing again. 108, 699. Hang on. There we go. 108, 699. Bam. Did I do it? Okay, and then give me my Vu Manchu. Cipher B divergences. I like it. That's the beauty about indicators and charts and stuff in crypto too. You can just do whatever the hell you want and figure out how to use it to your advantage. It's silly to me when people show up, they're like, what are you using? Those are the wrong indicators. You're not doing that right. Like, it's literally made for everyone to figure it out themselves. All right, let's see. 2 dogs or burger patties topped with relish, ketchup, cheese, and meat sauce over crinkled fries with a side of mac salad, chopped onions as well if you're an onion fan. I do like me some onions. That sounds amazing. I was gonna get coney dogs yesterday when we were going to the play. Or it was after the play. Daughter went to her after party, and me and the fiance walked around downtown. There's a Coney Island. We ended up with ice cream cones, but I was really thinking about those coney dogs, man. Let's see. Yeah, dude, Bitcoin's getting pumpy. I'm excited. Is it gonna get really spicy, or is it just gonna chill? Alts are kind of struggling a little bit. Bitcoin dominance making a little baby recovery. Are we gonna get rejected at our orange trend line at 65.5? Let's see. ETH starting to wake up. What do we do here? I'll open a baby long just to play along with it. See if we get some upside for the culture, you know? Do it for the meme. Yeah, everything's quiet right now. Oh, Cass is trying. Cass is trying real hard. So is Polkadot. I feel really bad for Polkadot, man. I feel like they got so wrecked. Heard about the ETF for alts, 95% for Solana ETF before this year's out. Yeah, I think it's I had that one for sure. Let me go find it. Because there was a whole list of them and they were all perfect. Oh. Oh, this is 4 hours ago. My bad. Trump advisor Bailey confirms U.S. Okay, hold on. No, this has been community noted. Never mind. All right, let's go to bookmarks. And it's from a couple of days ago at least. And it is the cryptocurrency ETF approval odds. And there's a list of what cryptocurrencies specifically and the odds for them. Let me go back to Bitcoin so you guys can watch this while my dumbass tries to scroll and find this. Getting close. Dude, the FHA making it so that you can get a mortgage backed by your cryptocurrency holdings is pretty sick. I don't know if people realize how badass that is. Like Bill Pulte is the man. Representing Michigan, of course. What a friggin' legend. Okay, we got Trump saying they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Pretty epic quote. Nope, we got nuclear power. New York announces plans to build a large nuclear power facility. How much farther do I need to go? I believe it was an all-white document. And it had a list of altcoins with ETF approval odds. Oh, no. Damn it. It couldn't have been this far back, right? June 21st. That sounds crazy. I bet you I would have found it faster if I would have just searched. Let me just search. Altcoin ETF approval odds. That's from February 10th, June 11th. Maybe it was June 11th. I couldn't have been, right? That seems... So this is the one... This is the chart that I'm looking for. I don't know if this one's up to date. So we got the basket index, 90% approval odds. Litecoin, 90%. Solana, 90%. XRP, 85. Dogecoin, 80. Cardano, 75. Polkadot, 75. HBAR, 80. Avalanche, 75. SWE, 60. And Tron, not available. Yeah, I don't think that that's as up to date as the one that I saw. Let me see. June 25th. This is the one that I'm talking about. I found it. All right, so up-to-date numbers. We got basket index 95, Litecoin 95, Solana 95, XRP 95, Dogecoin 90, Cardano 90, Polkadot 90, HBAR 90, Avalanche 90, SWE 60, Tron not available. Now, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of insider info here. I have a screenshot from a Discord, a person on Discord, and I had mentioned after the Ethereum ETF got approved that Cardano was next. And they laughed. And then they went on to talk about how Cardano was never going to get an ETF. And I've been saving that. And as soon as the ETF is approved, I'm going to show them how fucking retarded they are. Because I think that that shit's funny as hell. And I am that petty. It brings me great joy to piss people off. All right, let's see. Thank you. Garbage plate, chopped onions, delicious. Heard about the ETF. Yep, 95 for Solana. I want to say XRP and Solana is on that list. Litecoin, XRP, and Sol. All of those dates in that October-November range. Yep. Yeah. Yes, they are. Ooh, dude, I didn't even realize that. Holy shit, that's huge. So we got... This one passed already, didn't it? No, actually, this one's on the 2nd. July 2nd for the basket index. Ooh. I wonder if they're going to delay that. Interesting. So they just... No, this one's old. They filed this a long time ago. That's crazy. All right. We got, like, green light approval from everything except for SWE and Tron. And October 2nd, October 10th. Litecoin is October 2nd. Solana is October 10th. XRP is October 17th. Dogecoin is October 17th. Cardano is October 23rd. Polkadot is November 8th. HBAR is November 11th. Avalanche is December 12th. SWE is December 21st. And Tron is January 23rd. I'm excited. That's literally lines up with the autumn thing too. Dude, I'm gonna accumulate so hard. I might get in trouble. My fiance might get mad at me for how hard I accumulate. Mr. Roberts said, hello, JJ. Hello, good people. Hello, Mr. Roberts. How are you doing, my friend? Happy Sunday. Bitcoin's getting a little bit pumpy here. Kind of celebrating. We're chilling. Cheers. Happy Sunday. Arrowmaker FPV was our winner today. Killed it. Mr. Roberts, I don't know if you were here. Yesterday, J Shear 2.0 made history with the first ever monetary victory with the daily close contest. No bending the rules or anything. He got 7 out of 8 digits in his guess. So we sent him $20. His guess was 107,296.69. And the actual daily close was 107,296.79. So he was closest without going over. He nailed the first 6 digits as well as the second change digit, making a total of 7 out of 8, which is freaking huge. So take a moment to congratulate him. Pretty sick. Pretty sick. Exciting stuff. Streamcan said, "What's up, Robbers?" Mr. Roberts said, "Congrats, Arrow." Tremor said, "I'm gonna accumulate so hard." So my man. Tremor said it was neat. Streamcan said, "I read that wrong." I read that in the wrong way, Tremor. That's the way to read it, man. That's the only way to read it. Oh, I gotta switch my thing. I gotta switch this back. My bad. There we go. Oh, JJ, now you're effing with me. I got that 6 digits too, you bastard. Nuh-uh. Did you? Was it 6 digits, but you guessed over? I don't remember that. When the fuck did that happen? We got Dremmer on May 21st, special all-time high $20 prize. Mr. Robbers. Did Mr. Robbers win a prize? Dude, Digi won one time. Right. Jim said Mandela effect, JJ. There's so many crypto Mandela effects now, man. Trip me out. One of my favorites so far within the lore of the channel was on February 22nd. Digi was our only tier 3 channel member, which gives him an extra 60 seconds to submit a guess after everyone has to stop. And he's allowed to be an additional person. So if the box is full and it's past 7:55, but before 7:56 ends, then he can still like submit his guess. And he used that. He used every aspect of that to guess, and he won bragging rights, which was pretty sick. Let me see. I'm gonna go through. Mr. Robbers, was that this year? So Mr. Robbers' first one was February 18th. And then we got March 26th, March 27th, May 19th, May 20th, May 25th. It was yesterday. Stop that. June 1st, June 18th, June 24th, and February 18th. Oh, March 26th, 27th. Well, I went through all of them already. You got 9 wins. Are you sure? Don't fuck with me, Mr. Robbers. This is a very serious conversation. 107,269. Now I don't even know what you're just saying gibberish. All right. 108,766.05. Altcoin approval ads. Yeah. Bitcoin getting a little bit pumpy. Some alts are starting to wake up. ETH is trying again. Very nice. $107,269 is incorrect. It was $107,296. Yeah, the actual daily close was 107,296 and 79 cents, which is crazy. You know, a movie I haven't seen in forever. Zoolander. You might have to watch Zoolander. I feel like the Night at the Museum movies are underrated too. I don't know. I might go on a comedy binge, a classic comedy binge. All right, fellas. Do I call it? It's 8:50. Maybe I'll call it. See if we pop on back later for some spicy Bitcoin action, maybe. That'd be pretty sick. I'd love to do a late night emergency stream for some crazy pumpage. Look at that. We're smashing through these liquidations, dude. Jim Dare just said I refuse to watch Zoolander 2. I haven't seen it yet. The original is sacred. What if the 2 is really good, though? What is this? A library for ants. Arrowmaker said the only indicator I'm using on TradingView is CM EMA trend bars. Mr. Roberts said that's right, but please check the tape. Still had 6 numbers correct. I don't need a prize, maybe just a star. Let's go check the tape. If you were over, there can be only one, Mr. Roberts. There can be only one. That's the bottom line. Bottom line is there can be only one. Wow, we got a lot of views yesterday. What the heck? So Mr. Roberts' guess was 107,296. You're correct. Okay. My bad. That's actually correct. But you were preceded by JShear 2.0. Dang. I had no idea. I never would have I never would have realized that unless you said something. That's my bad. Well, congratulations. That's actually also equally as sick. By that standard, though, Hoffs has nailed the first 6 digits as well, but he was over by 1 penny, which is why he lost, because it is closest without going over. So there's been 3 technicalities. Jim Derringer said Hansel, he's so hot right now. What are you talking about? Oh. Zoolander. Okay, I understand. I was like, what are you talking about? Are you in the wrong chat? Dang. I need to eat, man. Oh, that's funny. That's too funny. Let's see. Oh yeah, I gotta update this. 108,856. Okay. Look at that, man. We are just blasting through those liquidations. All right. Mr. Roberts said I can't turn left, Jim. Yeah. Yep. Come on, Bitcoin, make the push. Let's wake these alts up, man. Please. Please. Bitcoin dominance still getting a little pumpy. She's trying. She's trying her best. Ooh, that's interesting. ETH is green, but Sol is not. Doge and Polygon. Quiet. It's all quiet on the Western Front. Alright, I'm probably going to call it, guys. Streamcan said, wait, so my price prediction doesn't count if I'm the closest, but I'm over? Correct. Correct. Hoffs was over by 1 penny on 2 separate occasions. So, because that happened and that was crazy, and it's impressive that it happened twice, we did send him a custom mug. Let me actually show you the mug, because I'm kind of proud of the mug. He did get a custom mug for his efforts. And it was limited edition, so you cannot order it again. But it's a thing of beauty. Right here. We got a penny still matters, 1 penny, Hoffs, and then on the other side we got a bunch of quotes. A penny for your thoughts, a penny saved is a penny earned. See a penny, pick it up. All day long you'll have good luck. In for a penny, in for a pound. And then the last one, inside joke for people who admire the show Lost, not Penny's boat. So, that's cool. A lot of fun. But yeah, he was closest without going over. Or, I'm sorry, he was closest, but he went over by 1 penny. So he did not win. Streamcan said, have a blessed night, guys. Mr. Robert said, good night, peeps. Peace. Yeah, I'm going to go get some food. And, I don't know, take my selfie for Twitter. As always, if Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. Congratulations, Arrow Maker FPV, once again for your victory. Enjoy your raw hot dog. I don't know. Smash the like button on your way out. Happy Sunday, and good night.